What would you say to someone who's kind of on the fence and thinking about it, whether they should join or not?
Well, I just went through the new training on the site. Looks really good. And like you said, if you've never done options, there's a portion of there that takes you right from what is an option right into a credit spread. And then the course itself or the system is not that hard. It's if you've got bad habits and you've been burnt before, you have to get over those. And so that's there. It's a moneymaker. And if you don't get creative, I think it's a good moneymaker. Some of the people get a little creative and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
But the whole reason I joined was the research that was done. So if I go off on my own, I'm off reservation and not doing what I want. So my idea is if you have the time to devote to it and the money, the income's there.
Great. All right. Today we have Mark Funtner joining us. He's in our Market Power program. And thank you for being with us here and answering a few questions and sharing your experience with the program. So I really appreciate you coming on. So I have a little bit of my first question is I like to ask people, how you originally found OptionGenius. So if you could tell us, whether it was by podcast or how did you find the company?
Started looking at the podcasts, YouTube, and then I got his book and went on from there. He made more sense than most.
Okay.
I've been trading a long time, and I think I met quite a few characters.
That's true. There are plenty of characters. So you're part of the original Market Power program, the beta group. And I wanted to ask you, is there anything when you first were thinking about joining, was there anything that said to you like, hey, I want to be a part of this program specifically?
Well, I listened in front before the main seminar, and it sounded good. And as I was in the seminar, it sounded too good. And it broke one of the major caveats of a small income versus a high risk. But as he said, he had a fix. And if it weren't from working with Alan, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have trusted anyone else, I think, to do this. I was probably the second to sign in when it became open. And I'm still happy I did it. No regrets. And there you go.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because, lots of times when you go into these programs and you're thinking about joining or whatnot, you're very skeptical, right? I mean, it's some things that seem too good to be true. So that's good to hear that you've worked through that and it's actually come to fruition in a way that it is true what you thought would be true, right? Yeah. So did you have any personal expectations of the program before you joined? Anything in particular that you were trying to reach, like a goal, or just maybe even the goal was the idea was that it actually was true?
I was looking for a nice bread and butter trade, and this had the record. Alan researched it quite a bit, and something that, once I think I based my thinking on 3 or 4 times a month, the trade coming up, and it's exceeded that. So it's a nice income with 4 or 5 trades a month. And so those were my expectations. I tried to set them low. I'm exceeding those when I can trade.
Good. You just mentioned, hey, 4 or 5 in a week. I'd really love that. But we'll take what we can get, right? During the month. Is there a specific feature of the program that you like over another? Or is there something, in the program that really just makes you be like, hey, I really like this feature?
I like its track record and the ability to fix a loser.
How has the support been for you from OptionGenius and the people around you, the people that you trade with every day in the group?
Very good. I'm kind of the guy that stands next to the wall and listens to other people. And if I can scope a room good, I'll try to stand next to one of the smartest people in the room because they ask the best questions. And so I've been able to get a hold of you very quickly. And again, there's been some active people in the Facebook, and some take it into quantum physics. And some of them, are more like myself, looking for bread and butter, just keep plodding away and putting it in the bank. So I'm happy with the support.
Great, that's great to hear. I find it very interesting. You have these, different abilities in the group, if you will. There's some people that don't know anything, even what a credit spread is or anything about options, and then you have people that are, like you said, in quantum physics, take it to the next level. But it's really good. And I think we're all pulling the boat the same way, and it's nice to have that big community as you described. So it's important. Has your trading changed at all since you joined in the program? Has anything changed as far as maybe confidence, or you approach the trading differently at all for you?
I had to work up my confidence on this, and I haven't been able to trade it as much as I could, or the trades that are available. I have a significant other that I have to take care of, and she's in and out of the hospital and out of the nursing homes. So those times I can't trade, but when I can, I'm pretty confident with it now.
Great, great.
I've taken, probably less than half of the trades because of my circumstances.
Right.
So
I understand. So I have a fun question for you. Some people, all different answers, some which are all great. Some people like to try to build their account. Some people like to take their winnings and do something fun with it. So how does Mark take his profits?
at this point, I'm putting them back into the system. And at some point, I'm going to decide which toy I want. Right now, it's between a bike, a motorcycle, or a little, again, used like a Miata, just to buzz around in, just a little fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah, they're messed around with MGBs, and they broke down, all the time. British engineering. So I look forward to a little roadster that runs.
Yeah, that'd be that'd be great. So you have to let us know when that happens.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture.
Okay, good. So what would you say, we always talk about, when we're at that point thinking about the pros and cons when we join the program and, we're skeptical. And what would you say to that person who's, there'll be a next batch of people coming into this program, the next class, if you will. You guys were like kind of the founding fathers, in this class. What would you say to someone who's kind of on the fence and thinking about it, whether they should join or not?
Well, I just went through the new training on the site. Looks really good. And like you said, if you've never done options, there's a portion of there that takes you right from what is an option right into a credit spread. And then the course itself or the system is not that hard. It's if you've got bad habits or you've been burnt before, you have to get over those. And so that's there. It's a moneymaker. And if you don't get creative, I think it's a good moneymaker. Some of the people get a little creative and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
But the whole reason I joined was the research that was done. So if I go off on my own, I'm off reservation and not doing what I want. So my idea is if you have the time to devote to it and the money, the income's there.
Great. Yeah. Great things you just said. So I want to really thank you for taking the time today coming on, and I wish you all the success in the world and continued success. And I look forward to possibly a future picture of your Harley or whatever you're going to get. And thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
All right.